Good day, future psychometricians. So we are on fourth discussion, and our topic for today is neoclassical organization. And in this theory, it focuses on human side. So meaning it is not about the system or rules, kundi nabibigyan ng pansin ang empleyado and their needs. So before we proceed, let me first show you the outline of our discussion. So we are going to define what is neoclassical, followed by human relations theory, organizational behavior theory, MacGregor's theory X and Y, and Argyris states of group. So magkaroon lamang tayo ng konting pagbabalik-aral. So ano ba ang classical theory? So they view employees are machines, meaning parang makina. They are expected to follow strict rules, procedures, and commands. And they are more highly focusing on efficiency, productivity, and company growth with less attention given to the employee's feelings, motivation, and satisfaction. And because of this limitation, maraming scholars naniwala na dapat nabibigyan ng consideration ang human element. And that's why neoclassical came in. So when we say neoclassical, it means improvement or extension ng classical theory. And it focus on people. And they are not view people as machine. They are valuable human resource that contributes to the success of the organization. In simple terms, tao ang buhay ng kumpanya. So they deserve to be valued, motivated, and supported. And we have key focuses para mas madali nating matandaan. So una is human relation. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang trabaho ang mahalaga sa organization, kundi yung pati pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga tao at sa isa't isa. When employees feel respected, listened to, and valued, so they tend to become more motivated. And the second one is motivation and democratic leadership style. So meaning, so leaders encourage participation from employees. So, nabibigyan ng opportunity na mag-express ng ideas, opinions, and suggestion ng mga empleyado. And mararamdaman nila na part sila ng organization in making decision making process. So, instead of saying na just follow this instruction, when the company is democratic, you're gonna say na what do you think is the best solution of this problem? And this makes employees feel trusted and valued, and it increases their motivation and engagement at work. And ang ating pangatlo is informal organization. So, napakahalaga ng natural friendship and social groups and with the same common interests and shared experiences. So, aminin natin, mas masarap magtrabaho kapag meron tayong kaibigan o support system sa workplace. And these informal groups can actually help the organization. It improves communication, nare-resolve yung problema ng mas mabilis, and it's actually enhances teamwork. So even though hindi siya officially created by the management, it still influence employees' performance and productivity. So sa pang-apat natin is yung decentralization. So, sa classical theory, focuses yung decision making sa top management. So, dito sa neoclassical, it is not limited to the leaders. So, mayroon din karapatan yung supervisor, team leaders, lower level manager sa pagdedesisyon. And it gives an employees autonomy and responsibility. And because of these, organizations can become more flexible, faster in solving problems, and nagiging responsive to the situation. Yung panglima natin, pinakamahalaga, employee needs and job satisfaction. So, it recognizes that employee are not just workers. So they have individual needs, meron silang emosyon, and expectation. So we need to pay attention to the employees' well-being, being recognized and appreciated, and also yung fair compensation and career growth opportunities. So ito yung magiging daan sa job satisfaction. So they become more productive, committed, and nagiging loyal to the organization. Meaning, hindi na nila kailangang umalis at maghanap ng iba pang company. So happy employees leads to productive organization. So dadako na tayo sa first concept ng neoclassical, which is yung organizational behavior theory. So this theory focuses on understanding how people behave inside organizations. It emphasizes the importance of leadership, communication, group dynamics, and employee participation in the workplace. So according to this theory, employees are not only driven by money. So meron pa tayong tinatawag na mga complex motivation. Ibig sabihin, maraming factors na nakakaapekto kung bakit tayo nagsisikap, kung bakit tayo nagtatrabaho ng maayos. Ano-ano ba itong mga halimbawa ng motivations? Kagaya nga ng recognition, belongingness, personal growth, and yung fulfillment. And because of this, organization should learn to adapt individual behavior and group behavior of employees. So dito nabigyan ng pansin yung hierarchy of needs na iprinopose ni Abraham Maslow. So isa-isahin natin kung ano-ano ito. So on the bottom, nandito yung physiological needs, which is essential siya because of the human survival. We need food, water, and shelter. In workplace setup, syempre dun papasok yung salary, wages, and monetary incentive. So ito yung pinaka-basic level na dapat nami-meet. On the second level, so yung safety and security needs. So this refers to protection from danger, uncertainty, and future risks. So in organization setup, nandito yung job security, stable working conditions, and insurance benefits. And nakakatuwa, and some of the company nag-offer sila ng life insurance, health benefits, and stable employment na nagbibigay ng sense of security sa employees. And on the third level is yung love and belongingness, which is yung affiliation. And this is essential needs also. So we actually need connection, friendship, and acceptance from others. And makikita natin dito yung teamwork, friendships with colleagues, and informal groups. So mahalaga na maramdaman natin na belong tayo and welcome tayo sa ating workplace. And on the fourth, which is self-esteem needs. So this refers to the desire for recognition, respect, and appreciation. And gusto natin as employee na napapahalagahan yung ating efforts, yung ating contribution. Halimbawa nito, di ba nagkakaroon ng mga recognition programs. So kapag bida-bida ka, may promotion, job titles, and awards. So kapag kinikilala ang effort ng employees, tumataas ang kanilang confidence and yung motivation sa trabaho. And next is at the being at the top, which is yung self-actualization. This means reaching your full potential and becoming the best version of yourself. So, sa ating workplace, nabibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon or opportunity for job rotation, job enrichment, and job enlargement. So sa iba, ayaw nila kasi dagdag trabaho, but this is something for our growth personally. So dito natin nararamdaman yung fulfillment sa career dahil naabot natin ang mga personal goals and ambitions natin kung gusto nating mag-expand or ma-promote. So kumbaga, ginagawa natin ang trabaho na talagang gusto natin at nagagamit natin ang ating full potential. So according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, employees are motivated by different levels of needs. So starting from the basic survival up to the personal fulfillment. And ito yung nagpapaalala sa organization that employees are motivated hindi lamang sa salary, kundi kailangan natin ng recognition, belongingness, security, and personal growth.